Hi, today we are dealing with the types of numbers. So first let's start with the natural number. Natural number starts with 1, then continues to 2, 3, 4 and it goes on. Now let's understand this natural number by taking an example. Okay, for instance, if I ask you to start counting number of fingers you have, it's very much natural for you to start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and it'll go on. So it's very much natural for you to start counting from 1. So natural number starts from 1. Let's mark natural number on a number line. So starting from 1, 2, 3 and it continues, it will be all will be natural numbers. Now if you include 0 to the natural number, it will be whole number. So 0 plus the natural numbers will be the whole number. Whole numbers. Now again to remember the whole number, let's take another example. So you must have observed these potholes on road, right? They can be of any shape, but usually it's in the shape of 0. And this is it's very much unusual to find a crocodile in a pothole, but this is just to animate things. So when you see a pothole, it's almost in the shape of 0, not completely, but it looks like a 0. So just remember, just link whole and 0 to this. So whole number starts with 0. Okay. Now let's extend the number line to the negative numbers. So it will be -1, -2, -3 and it goes on. So if you include negative numbers, 0 and the positive numbers, it's called integers. So integers consist of both negative numbers and positive numbers. So integers, inside integers one can find the whole numbers, and inside the whole numbers one can find the natural number starting from 1. Now let's zoom into the number line. When you zoom into the number line, you can find there are few markings on it. Let's take an example of half, then maybe 1/3. So this are fractions, or it can also be expressed in decimal form, like half as 0.5. So the fractions or decimal form are called as in rational numbers. So natural numbers are nothing but fraction of integers upon integer. Now one more thing to remember integer, see, I looks like this. If you tilt this I or make it sleep, it looks like this. So it's like a negative number, right? So remember I for negative. So integers, I for integers, which looks like negative, includes negative numbers. Okay. So then coming back to rational numbers is nothing but fraction of integer. So you can express 1 as also a fraction. So 1 can be expressed as 1/1. 2 can be expressed as 2/1. 3 can be expressed as 3/1. Irrational numbers, if you split that, it's nothing but irrational. So numbers which are not rational. So these numbers cannot be expressed in the form of a fraction. Let's take an example. You must be familiar with the familiar with the pi, which is nothing but the ratio of circumference to the diameter of a circle, can be expressed. Value of pi is 3.1415926, and it goes on. So it cannot be expressed in the form of an fraction. The other example are square root of 2 and square root of 3, the square root of 19. All these are irrational numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of a fraction. Now, as an acronym to remember these numbers, let's use NWIR. N is natural number, W is whole number, I is integer, R is rational number. So it can be pronounced as newer, which is, it makes it very simpler for you to remember and retrieve the information. Plus there's also irrational numbers. Now all the rational number and irrational number are called as real numbers. So irrational plus rational number is called as a real number. Just like, so let's imagine a house, then house in a village. Then all the villages will be included in a state. Then all the state will be included in a country. So in a similar way, let's consider this house to be a natural number. Okay, all the natural numbers will be included in a village. Let's consider it to be a whole number. Now all the whole numbers will be included in a state. All the whole numbers will be included in an integer. Now all the integers will be included in an rational number. So the acronym NWIR. Now let's imagine there's another country let's consider it to be a rational number. So these two countries, rational and irrational, can make for real number. Okay, hope you have enjoyed this. Thank you.